Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Sherry from Energy Works. Well, before we get started today on my latest educational video, I'm going to give you a little background just for the newbies that have just started to tune in with me. I have been an energy practitioner for the last 25 years, 25 plus years, a little bit beyond that now, and have worked with many modalities. I first started with Reiki, believe it or not, back in 1998. And was involved in the Melchizedek method, and that's sacred geometry. Then tuning forks. And I did a lot of work with the tuning forks. It was wonderful work. And from there, sound kind of stayed with me for a while. And I worked with crystal singing bowls. I was all over New England. I was as far north as Vermont, as far south as the Cape. And I even produced a CD during that time. And that was called Spirit of Nature. And I actually have a copy here. Here you go. Spirit of Nature. It was a blast. It was so much fun doing this CD. See if I can get rid of the glare. It was so much fun. I really enjoyed this. And it was a great big seller. It was wonderful. A lot of people really enjoyed it. They used it for meditations. It was great. I actually produced this with E.J. Olette. You know, many of you may know him. He's a New England-based producer, songwriter, singer, has his own band. He plays locally all over the place in New England. He's a great musician, wonderful. So many of you may know him. So in the meantime, now many of you may know also that I'm clairaudient. And that just simply means that I hear my spirit team. So when it's time to evolve into another area, let's say, they just kind of shove me along into something new and completely unexpected at times. So in the middle of all that, I wrote a book, A Change in Perception, that came out in 2020. And I have a copy of that. So here you go. A Change in Perception. Okay, so you can see what the book looks like. And I printed that through Balboa Press, which is part of Hay House. It's a wonderful collaboration with them. It was great. So it kind of goes with what's going on with the planet at large right now. Perceptions are changing, and we're noticing things that have been right in front of us all along. We're just noticing them now. We couldn't see them before. You know, have you ever done that even in your own home? You're looking for something and it's right in front of you, and you don't see it. And then suddenly one day it's just there. It's right in front of you. It's amazing, and it hasn't moved. It's been there. Well, that's kind of like what's going on the planet right now. Our perceptions are shifting. So we're seeing things now that were there all along. We're just noticing them. And I'm sure you've heard this term, the shift. What's that, the shift? What does that mean? It simply means we're skirting, and have been for some time, between 3D and 4D. We've been doing that for a while, and now we're evolving a little bit more, and now we're shifting into 5D. And that's why there's so much chaos right now. It's just energy, and many of you hear me talk about it all the time. Everything is energy and has a vibration. Well, it just seemed appropriate to name the book A Change in Perception. And again, my spirit team worked alongside me with this collaboration as well. So it was cool, very cool. And you can read an excerpt from it if you're interested. Just go to my website, energyworkstudio.com, and click on About at the top of the page, and then click on My Book. That's it. You're in. And just read an excerpt. I think that you're going to find it's really interesting. There's pictures of orbs at crystal ball gatherings, conventions, yoga studios, out in nature, and other works that I've done and worked with and have evolved from through the years. That's also in the book. So there's lots of good reading. So check it out. And then the magic happened. I got involved in the emotion code, body code. Woohoo! I'm telling you, it was awesome. My subconscious just exploded. It was amazing. And my consciousness expanded. So there's 2 certifications with this modality. I have certified in both. The body code part of it goes much deeper into the system. And I've helped many people and animals, and yes, I do work with animals. There's a lot of people rescuing animals nowadays, and you see that all the time. Animals feel what we feel. They feel depression. They feel anxiety. They feel abandonment. I mean, how many animals do you know, or people that have found animals that were abandoned? They feel all of that. So I help a lot of people and animals. And this is which brings me to today's video. I recently worked on a cute little animal earlier this month, and I wanted to share this cute little Dachshund, Dacshund, from one of my Facebook pages. Now, I don't know her. I didn't know the little dog at all. She's not even from New England, but she's on one of my Facebook pages, and she mentioned that suddenly, and she was reaching out to people, suddenly her little dog's legs just gave out. She doesn't know why, and he was just lying on the floor. So she posted this, and he's only 4 years old, so, he's not very old, so something was amiss. She posted it asking for help from any healers, if anything could be done, if you could figure out what's going on, please get in touch with her. So, now this is where the divine intervention comes into play here, okay? Again, I do not know her personally. I do not know the dog. I simply, believe it or not, by happenstance, came across her post in a fleeting moment. I was just scrolling through Facebook because I was looking for something specific. And I suddenly stopped on her page. It just, wow, it's like put the brakes on. And I could feel his energy calling me through the image that she posted. It was like giving me goosebumps. It's giving me goosebumps now when I recall that. So I asked her for permission to work on him. And with this work, you have to have permission. You can't connect with someone's subconscious or an animal. You have to have their permission to do that. And for the reason for that is it goes deeper into the system to find the root cause. So she gave me permission. I worked on him using the emotion code, body code, muscle testing for 1 hour, and I found 8 organs imbalanced and 1 trapped emotion. Again, emotions. So remember I said everything is energy and has a vibration. That includes emotions. They have a frequency. So I posted his transcript on her Facebook page and on my own, so if people wanted to read it, they could. Now, I've also included his transcript for you all to read here. And you may not understand it, but that's okay. It's just going to give you some insight about the depth of the work involved with this modality. She posted a video of him the following day stating, now this is the very next day, stating he was up, he was walking, a little wobbly, but he was up and walking. I did reach out to her a couple of times just to check in on him and see how he was doing. And she remarked that he was doing better every day. So I'm just sharing this story with you to bring some insight. So isn't that cool? The very next day, he was up, walking around. Not very good, but he was up walking around. So I was thrilled. I was so happy. So, again, I'm offering, and I do this regularly, I offer a free body evaluation. It's a sneak peek to anybody that's interested. It's a sneak peek of what's going on within your system. And it's simply checking or scanning your body. And what I do is, and if you're interested, what I need you to do, or what I need from you, is simply email me your body weight, your age, and a list of organs if you're on any medications. So, for example, I don't need the medication name. I just need to know if you're on medications for thyroid, I need that. If you're on medication for blood pressure, leave me that. If you're on medication for cholesterol, leave me that. Or if you've had any organs replaced, like thyroid, gallbladder, knees, hips replaced, things like that. I'll test your system. And the reason I'm asking for those things is because when you're on medications, it masks the imbalances that could possibly not show up. So if I ask up front, what I do is I push it aside. And then I ask with clear thinking to actually connect with your subconscious. Is there an imbalance here? And that's when I get a clearer picture of what's going on. So that's why I need to ask that. And so this is what I'm going to be checking in your system. There's a few areas. These 4 in particular, they need to be at 100%. The immune system. What is the percent of your immune system, and is it functioning at 100%? If it's not, what is it? I will do muscle testing. Now, muscle testing, what I use is hand positions. This is a yes. Okay, so I'll do that in front of the camera so you can see. This is a yes, solid lock. This is a no. You can't hold, and it just drops away. Now, kinesiology, if you're working with a nutritionist or anybody else that offers this work, they oftentimes will use a person's arm. Same thing, it's a yes or no. If the arm stays solid, that's a yes. If the arm drops, that's a no. That's a weak answer, so that's a no. Same thing here. Strong answer is a yes. Weak answer, it's a no, can't hold it. That's called the ring locks. Then I also check your brain percent of messages reaching your organs and glands. Is it functioning at 100%? If it isn't, what is it? I'll check. The heart percent of messages reaching your body tissue, is that functioning at 100%? Your light score, is that functioning at 100%? Now your light score, we're all light beings. And we need more light coming in. We need more light coming in because we're light beings. And the light score can go off can drop simply because you're around negative people, negative thoughts. If you're concerned, you're worried, nervous, depressed, we'll drop it. Foods, if you're eating foods that aren't great for you, if they're not organic foods, things like that, that'll also help to drop your light score. So I check that as well. Those four need to be 100%. I also test your electrolytes, and there's several in there that I test. There's 10 or 11, I think. And I check just to see if the levels are within range. I check 30 organs and glands to see if they're imbalanced, blocked, or stressed. I also check 7 chakras that we have, see if they're imbalanced, blocked, or stressed. Okay, so this anatomy check is about a $99 value, so you get a lot with this work. So check it out. So if the information resonates with you after you've had your body evaluation, set up a consultation session with me. That's a live phone consult. And I'll go over all the findings, and I'll explain how it works and why. And then also what's going on with your system, where it was off. So, continuing from there, the work is performed using the emotion code, body code modality. And this is remote distance work while you sleep and rest. And the reason for that, the analytical mind, ego mind rests. The nervous system relaxes, not creating static. So, I've been offering remote distance services since 2012. So it's been a long time, longer than COVID. So, food for thought. So if any of you are interested in having a body evaluation, feel free to email me. Again, energy4522@gmail.com. You can go to my website, energyworkstudio.com. And that's it. I hope that you found this interesting, fascinating, if nothing else, educational. All right, everybody. Good to be here. Thank you for tuning in, and I will speak to you again soon. Bye for now.